Greetings everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Today, we're going to finish up all of the loose ends, tie it all up, before we go on and face the final dungeon. So, our first order of business, I remember mentioning earlier that I was going to show off how to farm for kinstones. So we're going to do that down here in the swamps. We have our white Picolite, and we're ready to go. Alright, so you have to come down to this part of the swamp. It has the highest pickup rate for kinstone pieces. Drinking the white Picolite increases your pickup rate also, so we've got stacked multipliers, and look at that, we've got a kinstone already. Now the Picolite is a limited time deal, so you want to use it fast. And ideally, if you really want to do a lot of farming, you're going to come down here with more than one bottle of it. But I'm just really demonstrating. But I do need some more kinstone pieces, because there's going to be a lot of fusing in this update. So much kinstone fusing is going to happen. It's not even funny. Anyway, as you can see, the Picolite has already worn off. Rick is not glowing anymore. We're going to keep picking up, though, because there's quite a few down here. And it's pretty simple. Oh man, look at all those kinstones. I think we're done here. Alright, I mentioned before that I'm not going to be collecting all of the pieces of art, but I will get a few more in this update, just to show off a few places. It's a good idea once you get the flippers to come back to the swamp, because there's actually quite a lot you can see while you're over here. The least of which is not this piece of art right over here. Alright, our next order of business is to gather up the rest of the Tiger Scrolls. There's a few of the Sword Masters that we haven't quite met up with yet, and one of them is up here in the mountains. His name is Greyblade. Ooh, nice shield destruction there, Rick. Little assist from the P-Hat. Anyway, you can come to this one right after you infuse your sword with the fire elements. I was just too lazy to do it then, so here we are now. The technique that you learn from this guy isn't really all that useful, but it's kind of fun to do. The timing of it's a little awkward, but you will see. Alright, so he's going to teach us the roll attack. Making sure to scream "Hiya" as you do it. It's very important. If you don't shout that as you do it, it doesn't work. Wow, exciting. Yeah, it's a pretty fun move to do. The timing, like I said, is a little awkward. You have to do it kind of at the right part of the roll, or else you'll just stop and swing your sword instead. If you manage to run into an enemy while you're doing the forward dash, you will stop and do an instant spin attack right where you're standing. So it's pretty fun to do if you're running into a bunch of enemies or something like that, but it's not really that practical, so I won't be doing much of it. Alright, now we find ourselves back in Lake Hylia. There's a few things to do over here. First of all, we have a Tingle brother. Oh yeah, we should fuse them. I think we should. Let's do it. David Jr. So we've had Tingle, Ankle, and David Jr. Weird. Anyway, it's going to open up the third tree door in the courtyard south of the castle. So, we'll go over there and check that out once we open up the last one, though. Alright, the next thing you do is come over here. Since we have the cape, we can get this piece of hearts. And we can go up in this cave. Now this cave is pretty large, and there's a whole part that I haven't explored, but I'll do it a little later in this video. What I'm really up here after is that beanstalk that appeared back in the episode where I was at Lake Hylia to begin with. Remember I said I would come back for it? Well, here I am. It's actually right up this ladder. I wonder what could be up here. There's actually a few of these in the game. I think there might be two if you do kinstone fusion, so I'm only going to see the one here. But the other one does basically the same thing. We have 200 rupees, a piece of hearts, and 200 she-shells. But I'm already maxed out, and I said she-shells. What an idiot. Anyway! Alright, so the final Tingle brother is over here, just to the west of town. But first I'm going to go into this cave that opened up when we did a kinstone fusion. Oh, we get a red kinstone. How exciting. That'll actually be useful a little later on in this video. Basically, all we get out of it, though, is a red kinstone and some fairies. This is the reason I'm not doing all of the kinstones in the game, because a lot of them end up giving you something like this, where it's just like another kinstone, or something of that nature. Or money, or, you know, whatever, some seashells. Anyway, the final Tingle brother is just beyond this cave. Good Moldorms. They still take 2 hits with our golden sword. Ooh, another one. Blue kinstones everywhere. Alright, now before I go up the ladder, I'm going to dig behind this wall here, because on this wall is a mysterious stone. Now, if you fuse kinstones with the mysterious stone, mysterious walls, you will trigger the Goron event. Now, the Goron event, remember earlier there was a Goron hanging outside of a cave, and we fused with one of the farmers, and he decided that he could bust on in there. So he did. But now, he can't dig any farther because he needs buddies to help him out. So every time you fuse a mysterious wall, it adds another Goron to the mix. As you can see here, he only needed the one more to move on. But later on, you will need more and more Goron buddies to dig through. So we're going to actually finish this quest as well in this update, because there's 2 good things to get from it. There's a bottle, the final bottle in the game, and then there's a super secret item that you can't actually get till after you beat the game, but I'll talk about that a little later. I'm worried about this guy right now. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Whatever. Knuckles is in the game. He's changed color. He's trying to be more like Sonic, but it's not working. I am not impressed. Anyway, that's going to be the final tree door. We'll go over there and check that out just a little bit. Alright, we find ourselves back at Lake Hylia. This time, however, we're searching for another of the swordsman masters. This guy is over here to the west of the cabin, the mayor's lakeside cabin. If you remember earlier, it's where we came to get that book that he left. It's over here, and it is in this little treehouse. We can actually come over here anytime we have the flippers, but I decided to put it off because, I don't know, I just didn't remember at the time. Anyway, he's going to teach us a technique! Yes! The Peril Beam. Okay, so 1 heart left, swing your sword, shoots a beam. So basically this works the exact opposite of the sword beam, wherein in that one you have to have all of your hearts full to be able to shoot the beam. Now, when you're down to 1 heart, you can also shoot a beam. It's pretty useful, but there's not really that many times where I'm down to 1 heart or less, so it doesn't really come up. But kind of nice just in case you're about to die and, you know, you need that last little boost of strength. It would actually be more useful in a 3-heart run, but unfortunately I won't be collecting this upgrade for that. So anyway, we're going to nab his little piece of hearts. And there's one thing that I forgot to do with these guys, in that some of them you can actually kinstone fuse with. Now, you can do that with 3 of them. I will also show that off in this video. You kinstone fuse with them, it actually opens up 3 more dojos with 3 more swordsman masters, but these guys don't actually teach you techniques. They just upgrade the current techniques that you already have. So we'll just check that out a little bit later. Alright, so we fuse with Wave Blade. We can also fuse with Grey Blade up here in the mountains. I didn't do it earlier because I forgot. My apologies to the viewers. These guys fuse with red kinstones, by the way, so you need to make sure you have, you know, them. And I'm pretty sure it's 1 of each shape. All 3 of the secret dojos are behind waterfalls. 1 appeared out in basically the overworld field area. 1 is there in the swamp, and then the other one, well, we'll find out in just a minute. First, I'm interested in what the Tingle brothers have been up to. So, now that we've opened up all the trees, let's come down here. Each of these trees down below has a switch and a treasure chest, so you can get items and hit the switch. What these switches open up is a mystery. But we're going to solve that mystery. We're going to solve it good. Oh, it looks good. There's a big treasure chest there. Oh, another red kinstone. That's not so bad. I'll take that. Whatever. I won't be needing much more of the red kinstones, though, because I'm almost done. I need one more red kinstone fusion, which is with the other dojo master. And then the rest of the kinstone fusions I'll be doing are with the walls, and they're all blue pieces, so... Oh, maybe there is one more red one, but I'll get to that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. I should be focused on the task at hand, which is pushing this final button down here. Where apparently a ladder grows out of the sky, and it falls down into this hole. Alright, so let's check out what's in the treasure chest. It's gonna be something fun. It's actually an extra weapon, something that's optional. It's the magic boomerang. Okay, the magic boomerang, you can control its path. It's pretty cool, but it's not as cool as the one in the Oracle series because it's not a murder machine. It still only knocks out your prey. It doesn't actually kill them like the one in Oracle series does. So the Oracle series still maintains its, you know, the fact that it has the coolest magic boomerang in the series, but this one will still cut through grass. Pretty fun. Anyway, the final fusion is with the dojo master down here in the castle garden. I didn't fuse with him earlier, Mr. Grimblade, but we're doing it now. Alright, the waterfall that he opens up is over in Gale Falls. Gale Falls. Vale Falls. What the hell? I don't even know where that came from. Someone please tell me where that came from. Alright, remember when we were in the swamp way at the beginning of this game, and I told you that there was a swordmaster over here in this grave? Well, now that we finally learned all of the other techniques, we can learn from this guy. Swiftblade the First is going to teach us the final technique, which is pretty awesome, if you ask me. The Great Spin Attack. Basically, you can just spin attack, not forever, but for a little while, constantly. Pretty fun technique. If I remember correctly, it was in Wind Waker. But it's been a while since I played that game, as pointed out to me. Now, the timing on it isn't too bad. If you just keep mashing the A button, you'll do it. Not a problem. Or B button, or whatever you happen to have the sword set to. Alright, so that is it. We've learned all of the Tiger Scroll techniques. Alright, we're going to start checking out the waterfalls that were opened up by fusing kinstones with Grimblade, Greyblade, and Waveblade. This guy is Scarblade. They have Blade in their name. Are they supposed to be brothers or something? I don't know. Anyway, as I mentioned before, they don't actually teach you techniques, but they improve your techniques. This guy is going to shorten the amount of time we have to do when we're charging up our spin attack. So basically, our spin attack will happen faster now. Pretty boss. We don't actually get a scroll or anything, but there you go. Now it's fast. Bam. Alright, the next waterfall we're going to check out is the one that opened up over here in the northern Hyrule field. This is a little bit south of the castle, north of town. And this guy is Greatblade. He's going to teach us another skill. Sure, I'd like to train here. Why the hell not? We're going to prolong the duration of the Great Spin Attack. So now instead of spinning like 3 times, we can spin even more. Wow, he said spinning 8 times. I wonder if that means we could do it 8 times. Commit and stuff, dude. Totally. Let's try it out. Wow, that was like 15 times. Holy shit. That's awesome. We are a murder machine. I wonder what the princess is up to while we're out here lollygagging. Alright, so the final waterfall is right over here in Vale Falls. It is in the southern part of it. It's the one you have to get to from Hyrule Field's east part. And this guy is Splitblade. You can probably guess from his name what he's going to do. So we're going to fill our split gauge even faster. So remember, after you charge your spin attack, then the little green bar fills up, and then once it's full, you can do your splitting with the sword ability. Now that bar's going to fill up even faster. Pretty cool. It's actually going to be really handy when it comes to the final dungeon, the final boss, and all that stuff, because we're going to be using that. Wow, that's fast. Alright, we're gonna finish on the Goron side quest now. This is the farmer that is north of where the Gorons are digging. I said we fused with him, but I was lying. We didn't fuse with him. We fused with the mysterious wall that started the Goron thing. There's actually the farmer and then a bunch of mysterious walls that trigger the events in this sequence. And it doesn't really matter what order you do them in, because it just makes the Gorons happen in whatever order they need. But we need one more Goron to continue this quest on. So it looks like it's time to go spelunking. It's time for another digging montage. We haven't had one of these in a while. Let's go! What are you doing interrupting my montage? Oh boy, I'll be sure to check that out, yeah. I bet that's money or some shells or something. Anyway, back to the digging! Alright, and with that, our final Goron has been sent to the cave, and the Goron Quest has been completed. So we're going to go check out what's in that cave in just a minute. First of all, though, there's one more piece of heart hidden in the lake that I forgot to get. It's actually incredibly simple to get. It's right over here. Swim in the pond. There it is. How exciting! Alright, so now we're going to check out what the Gorons have been up to in this cave. Let's see what they've dug up. Alright, so we've passed the 2 Goron mark, the 4 Goron mark. Hey, there's a treasure chest with some money! Alright! And then the final Goron mark. Hey guys, what's happening? Oh yeah, sometimes it is nice to have friends. Yeah, Gorons are smelly. Yes, rocks are delicious. Yes, there's rocks that, well, there were a few that you couldn't dig through until you needed some friends! Alright, this guy you want to talk to, you can actually kinstone fuse with this one. And he has a red piece. I wonder what could happen. This is actually the last kinstone fusion I'm doing for now in the game. Remember when we saw the head of Bigoron? Well, now we've woke him up. And he's got some big fingers. Holy shit! Those are some eyes. Wow. Alright, so here we get our final bottle of the game. Waking up Bigoron triggers a way to get the final item in the game, but this item you can't actually get until you've beaten the game entirely, so I'm not even going to go up there and see Bigoron right now, because all he's going to do is tell me that he can do something for me once I've completed a great task, and that great task is defeating Vati, so I'll tell you what the item is, though. It is the Mirror Shield. So there's an upgrade to your shield in the game. It is the Mirror Shield. It kind of helps you deflect beams and stuff like that, but they give it to you after you've beaten the game, so it's more of kind of a throwback type item. Anyway, we're ready to take on the final dungeon, but first I want to buy some more arrows. I could go up there and buy that big bomb bag too and have lots of bombs, but really, I'm to the point where I don't really need them. And, yeah. That's that. Speaking of bombs, if you come over here into the Minish village and fuse with the Elder of the village, something fancy will happen. It's actually another secret item in the game. Something that you don't need, but it's kind of a fun gimmick. Remember, this is the Minish guy who gave us the bombs to begin with. And now he's going to make us a bomb that only goes off when we want it to go off. You know what that means. Yes, our timed mines just became remote mines. Or they will once we talk to the bomb guy out here. Oh, hell yes. Alright, so he gives us the remote bombs. Basically, they're gray. You set one down, you can pick it up and throw it, and it only goes off once you hit the bomb button again. The trade-off for this is that you can only set one bomb at a time, because if you try to set another bomb, you're just going to blow up the one that you already set. So you don't really get more than one bomb, but it's kind of cool, you know, and handy to have it blow up whenever you want. Boom. There you go. Kind of fun. Not really necessary, but it's a neat little thing. Alright, so the last thing we gotta do is go into the final dungeon. Before we do that, though, I'm just gonna wrap up one more thing. I remember seeing something under town that I really have been itching to figure out what it is. In all the times I played this game, I never actually finished the under the town sequence. So we're gonna see if it's really worth all of our troubles that we went through. I hope it is. Alright, so we can only do that part once we're able to split into 4 pieces. So you know it's got to be something good, because you know they're making sure that we can't even get it until we've finished basically the entire game. Now the way to get to the other part is to jump down into this well. I had forgotten how to do that. There we go. Basically, I did all of them but the one next to the mayor's house, because by the time I got the 4 pieces in my sword, I was ready to just finish the game. So I'd never actually done this, per se. Anyway, now that we've finally gotten all the stones rolled in, we can get this thing out of our way. Oh, I hate that pulling takes so much longer than pushing. Not very fun. Oh, there better be something awesome in this chest. I can't wait to see what's in this chest. It's a special gift from Eslo to us, to show us how much he cares. Mother. Alright folks, so that's going to be it as far as tying up loose ends go. Next time we're going to take on the final dungeon, beat the final boss, and probably restore peace to the galaxy or something of that nature. Anyway, I'll see you guys then later.